Good to see you.
You too. Hi, Governor.
Appreciate you all. Hi there.
Well,
You doing all right? Good. Y'all doing all right over here?
Good. Good.
Thanks for coming. Pardon us. Thank you. Two. Thank you. I want to thank everybody for joining with us for this very important signing ceremony here today. Definitely want to thank Speaker Burrows for his leadership on this issue as well as so many others. And also thank Senator Tam Parker for his leadership in the Senate on this bill, as well as the Cyber Command that we signed last week, and again, so many others. Maybe most importantly, I want to thank the people who are surrounding us right now. Men and women who've been advocates for the cause that I'm about to sign a law about. Their lives have been touched, affected, harmed in some ways, and they have been looking for a pathway, a therapy, a treatment, a way to deal with and grapple with and have a better pathway in their lives by an alternative that some were able to find on their own. An alternative that we believe should be tested and evaluated for the possibility of achieving FDA approval. To understand the context, Texas is home to more veterans than any other state of the United States of America. Many of those veterans suffer from so many different types of injuries, both seen and unseen. Many struggle with things like depression, PTSD, and opioid use disorder. The same is true for some of our first responders as well as others who are dealing with addiction-based issues. A therapy that has shown great promise in treating those conditions is Ibogaine. To better understand the potential for Ibogaine and to better address the public health challenges caused by things like opioid use disorder, an FDA clinical drug trial is needed for Ibogaine. I'm about to sign a law that will lead to an FDA-approved drug development clinical trial that will seek approval of Ibogaine as a medication for the treatment of opioid use disorder and other behavioral health conditions, especially so those suffered by our veterans. Texas will invest $50 million to support this research, and these funds can be matched by grants and private investments. I'm proud to sign it into law. Texas is now leading the way in the United States for the evaluation of Ibogaine as a potential medication that can help improve the lives of so many Americans. It's now law. And now Speaker Burrows.
Before the session began, I had heard of Ibogaine, and probably like many of the House members and senators, knew a little bit about it. You know, I was not convinced about what it could do or what it could not do, but because of the powerful testimony that we heard, something everyone needs to remember, when you actually hear from people and people come to these chambers, it makes an impact. It makes a difference. And we heard story after story of people who went and got treatment, credible actors, and felt it had improved their lives, whether it was an opioid addiction or other issues they were dealing with. It made an impact. And slowly, as session went on, the members of the Texas House, members of the Senate began to agree that this was worth the next step. It was worth investing in and making sure and seeing if we could do something to bring this to more people. I want to thank Governor Abbott for his leadership on this, Senator Parker, the Lieutenant Governor, Cody Harris in the House, many of the people, and especially those behind us, who were some of the most powerful actors that brought this into existence today. So I'm excited about today. I'm more excited about these trials and what's going to come from them, and hopefully, the relief that provides to so many affected members and people who need this therapy.
Thank you. Now, Senator Tam Parker.
Well, what an honor to be here today. Thank you, Governor, for your leadership in signing this into law. I want to thank Speaker Burrows and the Lieutenant Governor for his great support, the Lieutenant Governor's staff, Savannah Mann on my team, the incredible folks behind us here, Brian Hubbard and so many other veterans that provided amazing testimony throughout this entire process. This is about restoration. This is about the opportunity to restore the lives of so many veterans that have put their lives on the line for all of us, that literally have put their lives on the line for all those years, and they've suffered as a result tremendously. And so the promise that Ibogaine provides, we think, is very significant. It is not just a chemical improvement that on a short-term basis. It is structural. It is an increase in neuroplasticity in all the data that we have seen up to this point. So we're incredibly excited to take this step. There's nothing more important than protecting our veterans and our public at large. This will have benefits for everyone if the clinical trial is successful, as we believe it will be. We pray for that. We're excited about this process. And again, think about what the impact will be, the lives that can be saved and restored because of this amazing breakthrough potentially here with Ibogaine. So again, I want to thank the Governor and the Lieutenant Governor and the Speaker, all the incredible champions, all the folks in the veterans community that have come up to us and shared passionately their personal stories. It made an enormous difference on me. And taking it seriously, getting into the science, understanding that this needed to move forward. And of course, I want to thank my good friend and partner in the House, Cody Harris. Our prayers are with him and his family for all they've endured here personally as well recently. But again, this is a great day for Texas, a great day for our vets, a great day for people that care about mental health. It will also have enormous implications, I think, long-term for all kinds of various neurological conditions as well. And so we look forward to that day when we're able to really provide meaningful relief to the people of Texas that suffer from so many of these conditions that Ibogaine will improve their lives and being a great solution for. So again, what a great day, and thank you, Governor, for your leadership.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
We'll take a few questions.
National Guard deployments. It's going to take these clinical trials to unwind. Does this legislation accelerate that timetable? So when can the folks behind it?
Well, I'll answer first and then have the senator answer. But yeah, 100%, this legislation accelerates it. It gets it going. Without that, it would have been slowed maybe even for years. And so this is the kickoff point to make sure we will get this going. As far as the specific time, I will defer to Senator Tam Parker.
Thank you, Governor. Great question. So yes, absolutely. First of all, just Texas putting its stamp on it will make an enormous difference and speed up the process. But specifically what the bill calls for, as of today, now that it's signed, within 60 days, you will see Texas and the governmental entity, Health and Human Services, working to be kind of our quarterback, if you will, for the effort, to be able to start receiving proposals from consortiums that can come forward. A consortium being a Texas medical school, a hospital, and a drug developer that will bring private money to the table. The money that Texas is investing will only be put in based on a match, based on private funds being contributed by people that have great expertise. So we're looking forward to that consortium, those consortiums coming forward. And again, we'll be receiving those proposals 60 days from now based on the legislation. So it's going to absolutely speed up this process, and we hope it'll be a very quick as possible. Clinical trials are never quick in and of themselves, but we'll move it as expeditiously as possible, and excited about what the implications will be for the people of Texas and for the country.
Governor, National Guard deployments, can you tell us how many soldiers are being deployed, and if these are preemptive deployments, or if they're just purely on the sidelines until they're called in?
First of all, we want to make sure that what has happened in California does not happen in Texas. Texas is a law and order state, and we will use every tool that we can to ensure order across our state. That includes the deployment of Texas Department of Public Safety officers, as well as Texas National Guard, in strategic locations where they can provide the most robust response where needed. As it concerns the exact tactics and things like that, we don't disclose those publicly. You will see them arise in response to what we see on the ground.
But not the numbers? You don't have the number of people being deployed?
I do, but I'm not going to tell you. Nothing personal. It's just that there are others outside of this room who would like to know that I'm not going to tell them.
Governor, more questions? Can you define what is like crossing the line for those who they don't know, like what is the crossing line in protests?
That leads to FAFO. Violating the law. You break the law, you've crossed the line, you will be arrested. I was a little bit clearer about this last night in my post last night, and that is there is freedom of speech. However, if in your protest you damage somebody's property or you harm an individual, that's violating the law, and you will be arrested for it.
Last question.
Governor, bring us back to the topic today, because this is a really important moment.
Sure.
Tell us this, there are many people that may think about this drug as in the category of recreational psychedelics. They think this is yet another way that young people can have fun. What gave you guys conviction that this is not about recreation, but it is about transformation?
Well, I'll answer first, then Tam will provide more. But we view this as a medical treatment to be administered by doctors who are trained in it. And before it arrives at the medical treatment level, we need to assess it to make sure it can be FDA approved and that's going to be effective. And so it is different than a recreational drug that someone may use. This is going to be a medical treatment that will improve the lives of countless Texans and Americans. Go ahead.
Thank you. Well, completely different from anything recreational. This will be completely regulated and structured. Again, we've got to go through a clinical trial. If it's successful, then obviously we'll have the opportunity to provide access to more veterans and the public at large in Texas and elsewhere around the country, but with very significant guardrails. This will be administered in hospital-type facilities where you have proper cardiac capabilities. You have all the various things that need to be done when treating a patient with Ibogaine that we know of already today. So anything but recreational. This is very serious, very substantive. It will be transformative, we believe, obviously for the lives of all those that suffer. But this is real medicine, and we will not take this lightly. This is not be something that will be abused in any way. We put all those safeguards. The Senate, my colleagues, were very concerned about those issues, and we put all those kind of parameters in place. So it will only be administered once successful with a clinical trial in a hospital-type setting.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you all.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.